It was here at London's Wembley Stadium that the Brazilian national football team lost the Olympic final against Mexico, the only trophy in world football the Samba boys have never won. Hulk scored in the last minute for Brazil. The player became an integral part of the team with a string of good performances in 2012. His move to Zenit St. Petersburg in Russia has seen his form dip. The player spoke to Euronews about the challenges of the move.
Dobre ultra, né, que é bom dia, e harachou, né, que é bom.
Zenit signed Hulk for €40 million from Porto, the second most expensive transfer of 2012. But to date, the player has failed to justify the huge fee. Just 4 goals in 16 matches. What has happened to Hulk since his move to Russia? The player reveals all. At 26, what made you leave Porto for a less prestigious club and league?
I wanted new goals and new challenges, and so I had to leave for a new championship and country. At Porto, I'd won everything. I had offers from England, Italy and Spain, the big leagues. But no deal was done. The only done deal was Zenit.
Porto reached the deal. What about you?
Me and Porto. I won't lie to you. I'm a footballer, and I have to seize the moment, and for sure, money played a part. But not only that. Zenit is growing and investing, and I'm sure in the next 2 or 3 years, Zenit will be at the top in Europe.
Hulk was an idol in Japan, an idol in Porto, but not in Russia. What happened?
When I arrived in Russia, the season had already started. I missed all the pre-season, and I had no opportunity to get to know the squad, or for them to get to know me. They knew the player, not the person. Now the Russian season is on a winter break, so we had a new pre-season. It was very good. And we know each other better, and I hope from now on you will see the Hulk you know from Porto and Brazil. The Hulk of happy football.
So the September move didn't help?
I think so, but on the other hand, I think the turmoil of the transfer, the fee, the salary, and the way the other players looked at me, as though I wanted to be the star of the team. But it was never my intention to be the star of the team. I want to help Zenit win trophies, and I need help from my teammates and the club. We are now moving in the right direction.
So at the beginning, the relationship with the Russian players wasn't easy?
That's right. Some players disrespected me, but I said nothing to avoid any problems.
What do you mean? Who disrespected you? What happened exactly?
Some players said incorrect things about me in the press and in public, but I never speak about another teammate.
Are you talking about the captain and the other players?
Exactly. I can't speak ill of others. On the contrary, I want to be positive. The other day in Russia, somebody asked me about a Zenit player I liked, and I said the captain, Denisov, because he's a really great player with a lot of qualities. He's important for us.
The problem with Denisov and Koshakov was only a problem of money or some other prejudice against you?
Honestly, I don't know. I never talked with them about it. I don't know what they discussed with the club's administration about me, and I never read anything in the press about it. For me, it's not important. We don't need to be friends. We need to respect each other on the pitch, and everyone has a life of their own.
During the match against Milan in the Champions League, you were replaced before the end. You didn't like it, and you discussed it with the coach. After the match, you mentioned you might leave Zenit in January. It didn't happen. Will you leave in the summer?
I messed up. I was nervous and I said something I shouldn't have. Nowadays, I'm feeling better in Zenit. I have more confidence in the coach and teammates, and I don't think about that. I feel more motivated to play for Zenit, and we'll see that on the pitch.
Did you lose motivation?
No, I felt I couldn't perform because my teammates had no confidence in me.
A Zenit fan forum published a manifesto on its website calling for a team without black or gay players. I quote, "We are not racist, but for us the lack of black players at Zenit is just an important tradition, underlining the identity of the club." How do you feel about that?
We're there to play regardless of colour. You can be black, white, blue or yellow. We are the same. We're all flesh and blood. And if you prick the skin, we all bleed, so that's it. The differences don't exist, and this prejudice shouldn't exist. I must say, I don't know these fans. I only know the fans who back the team for 90 minutes. They encourage me and shout my name. So I have a positive view of Zenit fans, and I have no problems with them.
So you've never been a victim of racism?
No, never. If I said yes, I would be lying. All the people in Russia and in the club are good to me.
In 2014, Brazil is going to host the World Cup, a very important event. But the country is riddled with problems, including crime, security and infrastructure. What do you think will happen in Brazil?
People only talk about criminality, violence, because they only want to see the negative side. But we should look for a positive side. If those problems didn't exist in Brazil, Brazil would be perfect, and perfection doesn't exist. I believe that things will get better.